She was a disaster. It was a disaster. and
She was a disaster.
Let me be clear about something, Justin, too. Jennifer Crumbley, the defense team, they can win this case, or certainly could achieve a hung jury. I'm not, being Nostradamus and saying it will be guilty. I'm telling you how I feel about the evidence, just if I was a juror. She could very well win this case. I assure you, with my experience and background, what you were kind enough to put on there, it will be in spite of her testimony, not because of it. She was exactly what I expected her to be in that moment, and why I gave the opinion I did. I had a bad feeling that the whole purpose of that was she was chomping at the bit to justify her motherly instincts and being a good mother and good person. And this hasn't been fair. Years and years of saying I'm a bad parent. And that's precisely, and if your goal is to win or maximize your chance of winning, precisely the ground I would never fight on. You can make this case sympathetic to jurors and say, how heartbroken and how remorseful she must feel and what she could have done differently every day, but she could have never foreseen this. And that's where you fight, on causation and foreseeability. And even though I should have done things better and I wasn't as good as I could have been, and I'm broken about that, I still couldn't have foreseen this, and nobody could. That's a reasonable argument, and it might carry the day. It still might carry the day. To go up there and say that I wouldn't change anything.
I've asked myself if I would have done anything differently, and I wouldn't have.
To try to justify your decision to leave him at school, blame the school. Sure, does the school have some things I wish they would have done differently? Of course. But to blame everybody else and not take responsibility for yourself when he draws a picture of the very gun he used to murder 4 children. I mean, if you're going to do it, and I never would have put her up there, but if you're going to do it, own some of the problems and be honest. And that, I think that would go a long way with the human beings on the jury, to be honest about the fact that you wish you would have done a million things differently. Now you just couldn't have possibly foreseen it in the moment.